Hey guys, Lance from the MTG Lance channel doing another deck tech for you guys today. Um, this is right after the video I just did a minute ago. I'm gonna hopefully get the next deck tech, which will actually take a lot longer because it's my Commander Karametra deck. I have finally built it. I looked from a lot of different sources, came up with my own ideas, and it's just tons of fun and messing around. And huge ramp can win on turn like 5 real easy. So let's talk about Merfolk right here. This is kind of an expensive Merfolk deck due to the fact you can make these decks for modern very cheaply. I'm running 3 Aether Vial and 4 Mutavaults. The reason why I say this makes it more expensive is you can take out both of these cards and make the deck almost under $200. And for modern, that's pretty dang cheap, guys. And it's competitive. Um, where's my sideboard at? Is my sideboard over here? No, I don't have my sideboard with me. Is this actually the deck I'm running? Yes, no, yes. Okay, so I actually changed this deck and made it my own. I decided Aether Vial was really good in the deck. There used to be one Phantasmal Image, which makes a copy of a target creature, and then they were a 3-drop, but other creatures get Island Walk and +1/+1, and whenever you cast a Merfolk creature, you can tap or untap another target permanent. But I thought Aether Vial was a lot better in the deck than all 3 of those cards because it makes the deck even more aggressive, and the highest cost is a 4-drop with still 3 drops in there. And mostly curves out around 2. So to this fact of having a mana cost around 2, you can play Aether Vial turn 1 instead of a Curse Scratcher, making your early game really easy and competitive. And the thing is, with Aether Vial, it doesn't matter if you only have a Mutavault in hand or an island, because then you can still play it. And you get it up to 2 real quick, and then you could just start playing stuff without having to worry about, not Commander. See, the thing is, it puts it on the battlefield, it doesn't cast it, so control and counters become useless to it. So we're going to talk about my first one trap, and that's Curse Scratcher. It's 1 blue and for a 1/1, and sacrifice to counter target instant or source spell unless the controller pays 1. So in modern, instants of sorceries are pretty heavy in combo decks and other decks like that. So if you make them have to pay that extra 1 mana, they may not be able to cast a spell, meaning their combo doesn't go off, which is very good. And I mean, it's a 1 for a 1/1, and pretty much it's a mana link that only costs 1, and it's still a creature. Kira, a great glass spinner. We only play 2 of them. We're playing a 4 of this because it's so good early game. Glass Spinner is good. It's a 3 for a 2/2 flyer, and creature control have whenever this creature becomes a target of spell or ability for the first time this turn, counter that spell or ability. So burn kind of becomes useless to creatures once this guy comes out because they have to spend 2 burns for it. So if they want to take out this guy, they have to put 2 lightning bolts into him, or any other combination of spells like shock or I don't know, electrolyze, and then another electrolyze. So it kind of becomes hard for burn to come back against creatures, and they just target you. But there's also problems against that because how quick and easily this deck wins. So we're only playing 2 because they're legendary creatures, but they're still very good, and they can always get sideboarded out if there's not a lot of stuff that targets. Lord of Atlantis is a 2/2 for 2 blue. All Merfolk can play gain. All other Merfolk. This is the older version of wording, but other Merfolk creatures get +1/+1 and have Island Walk. And if you look down here, it's right here that says most of the stuff. The text on this is the older text. Meaning all your other creatures are getting +1/+1. The more you have of these, the bigger they get. Most creatures that don't say other Merfolk or like this will get most pumped. Tidebinder Mage, Curse Scratcher, but Master of Waves actually gets big in this deck. But the thing is it doesn't make itself a 3/3, which is kind of stinks, but it's still good because you have all 4 of these out. Everything's getting +3/+3, meaning you have a 5/5 for 2 mana and Island Walk. Master of Waves are playing a 3 of, which is kind of interesting, but you want to get this guy off pretty quick. Burn just becomes useless, and it gets huge off Lord of Atlantis, Master Pearl Trident, and that's pretty much it. They get really big. And trust me, just having these 4 in here, you would think they need more boost, these Master of Pearl Trident and Lord of Atlantis, but it's good on its own. And it's very strong, and the reason why this deck mainly works is because of spreading seas. And if they're playing blue, you can just sideboard these out and you won't have to worry about it. Okay, you're playing blue mana, that's fine by me. I'll just say, okay, guess what? they're still going to be unblockable. Because island walk is whenever an opponent controls a island, they can't be blocked as long as your defending player controls an island. Meaning, you make their stuff islands and only islands, meaning you mess with their mana, and guess what? You also get island walk, meaning your stuff is unblockable and huge, which makes the deck really well, and also plays itself by drawing cards and stuff like Blue Moon, which mainly uses cards like Red. Is it Blood Moon? Yeah, Blood Moon, which create all non-basic lands and mountains, meaning everyone's mana base is all messed up. It doesn't work on it because it's just islands with 4 mutavolts. You can always take out mutavolts and play 21 islands, but I like Mutavault in there because it's all creature types, meaning they're going to get boosted from Lord of Atlantis and Master Pearl Trident. Master Pearl Trident is the exact same as Lord of Atlantis, except it's just another copy of it, so it makes the deck a lot better. Silver Adept is a 2 cost for 2/1, and as additional cost to play it, you may reveal Merfolk from hand or pay 3. And since if you use Aether Vial with it, you don't have to have that reverse cost. But guess what? You have so many Merfolk, it's like, okay, I'll just reveal this Curse Scratcher. I'm not too worried. But I draw, and I have a 2/1. And usually this actually gets really big, really scary quick, and it's actually one of the more damaging creatures. I'm running 2 Tidebinder Mages. It's a 2 for a 2/2, and as the battlefield tap target red or green creature an opponent controls. That player does not untap. That creature does not untap during its opponent's upkeep, untap step for as long as you control Tidebinder Mage. So it keeps their stuff tapped down, and I'm only running 2, but the reason why I'm mainboarding these is because how heavy red and green creatures are in Modern right now. Zoo, Blood Moon actually plays a few red creatures, not very many, but yes, it does. Jund isn't really a strong deck right now, but still played, especially Zoo. This is kind of where Zoo gets downgraded, but that's why I'm running 2. But if they're not running either of those creatures, you can just easily sideboard it out because it's only a 2. And you can add, I don't know, Master Waves, Kier's Class Scratcher, and Aether Vial, and all that stuff. Mana Leak, we're running a 2 of. I'm still on the edge of this and adding more commands or cryptic commands. These can be changed however you see fit. But Mana Leak, it's a 2 cost, and controller counter target spell unless controller pays 3. Really messes with their mana. Then they have to use a Wily. Remand 1 blue on any counter target spell. If you do, return that spell to its owner's hand and draw a card, meaning it just sets them back a bit and you can counter it later. One of my favorite cards and works the best in the deck is Vapor Snack. 1 blue, return target creature to its owner's hand. So like Unsummon, except it has the benefit of its controller loses 1 life. So, that really big creature you're going to swing with? Zoo guy. Okay, I'll bounce it. You'll be able to play it, but you're going to also lose a life, and you're not going to hurt me. So, it stalls out the game so you can get your stuff out. One thing I wish about this deck could be stronger is the Master Waves tokens, if they could be Merfolk. Because Merfolk creatures you control get +1/+1, and just all the if they would have done that, Merfolk would be so strong right now. And the thing is this deck you can make very cheaply, guys. Like, really insanely cheap. So, this is kind of a more expensive version, and I know it's more of an expensive version, but I like it more, and it works a little bit better. And it actually wins a lot of games. I've won against control matches, I've won against Zoo. One thing I haven't won is Hive Mind. Hive Mind's such a horrible deck. But one thing about the Hive Mind that I was able to do is go, okay, you can do all your mana stuff. They tap out for the whole Hive Mind. Oh, find a green creature? Mana leak. They're just like, dang it, I don't have the mana. Or remand. And they're just like, no. And you're just like, ha ha ha. All that stuff you just put into that one thing, gone. So it's fun. I mean, the deck's very fun to play. It has interesting, like, Island Walk, Mountain Walk, Forest Walk, Swamp Walk. You don't usually get see played because they're usually very weak. But cards like Spreading Seas has been played in many decks recently due to the fact people are realizing how good it is to mess with people's mana lately. Blue Moon plays a 4 of because it's like, okay, guess what? You're gonna play all your Zoo fun colors that aren't basic lands. I'm gonna mess with them with Blood Moon. So guess what? You only have a few mana, right? Okay, with my Spreading Seas, I'm gonna make those islands so you can't use them unless you're playing blue, which Zoo doesn't always play blue. So Zoo just becomes really, really weak at that point and very mana messy. So it's a very fun deck. Hopefully I get some deck techs later. So I hope you guys enjoyed this deck tech. It's very, very cheap actually, besides the Aether Vials, Akira, Master of Waves, and Romance went up in price and Mutavault. Mutavault you can take out just fine and be just fine. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think of Merfolk. I really didn't like them before until I started playing with them, and now I love them. So see you guys later. Peace.